So yesterday we have a WhatsApp platform,
Okay.
and then just last night, this friend of mine shared his experience that he had after picking two gentlemen from Pantan Junction. They said they were going to East Lagos under bridge.
Okay.
So while they were going, the two guys instructed him to use the shortcut, like within the UPSC, those back routes, so that they will avoid the main road.
Okay.
So when they got to one of the caves, there was a police checkpoint, and then the police instructed the driver to stop. But according to the guy in the front, then he said, driver, don't stop, keep going. And he said, no, I can't stop. I can't keep moving whilst the police have instructed me to stop. So he immediately stopped, which was like he drove past the police a little bit and he applied his brake.
Okay.
Then quickly, as the police was walking towards the vehicle, the guy in front just got down from the car and then ran away. So they chased him, they arrested him, and then they arrested the second person in the car, only to find out that there was a pistol and a knife. The driver was confused because he doesn't know if these two guys were actually going to attack him or they were going to do an operation somewhere. This is just last night.
Yesterday?
Yes, yesterday.
Wow.
So when he said, then he has to close and go for all night because it's God who has saved him.
He closed and went for
He went for all night because since it's Friday, he said he want to go and pray.
Because God has saved his
God
life.
has saved his life.
And then you said, let's come to your encounter
Yes.
as well. What happened to you?
So mine was, I was around the Ashama Zenu area.
Okay.
This is around 11:30 to 12, thereabouts.
Okay.
So I had a request which was not too far away from me, probably like 5 minutes drive.
Okay.
And let's say a minute to the point of pickup, then the person canceled. So I decided to probably hang around. Maybe it's a mistake, and then the person will reorder it again, then it will come to me.
Okay.
And then normally if I'm driving, my glasses are up and then I've locked my car whilst in it, especially during the night.
Okay.
Then a gentleman walked to me and he said he's going to Transformer. And I said, boss, I don't know Transformer, so if you can order, can easily take you there, since I don't want you to cheat me, or I don't also want to cheat you.
Okay.
And then he said, no, it's not far, it's just here. And I said, boss, I don't live in Ashama. I'm mainly based in Kwabinya, so I don't know the area very well. Then I realized that then the guy wanted to turn the whole thing like into like a confrontation issue, yes, to a sort of argument. And genuinely, a genuine person will walk away once you insist either you order or I won't go again.
Okay.
So I saw someone coming from the back through my side mirror.
Okay.
So I quickly sighted the car, and then I realized that the guy who was trying to have a confrontation with me tried opening my car, but luckily I've locked my doors. Okay. So once he did that, then I quickly sped off, and I was like, either he was the one who ordered just to trap me to that enclave, because it was very quiet, purely residential. Nobody was walking around. So if I agreed to pick him, probably he could either take my phone or my money or either snatch my car away.
Wow.
So
I mean, I've spoken to most of you guys, and this thing seems to be something that repeats itself sometimes in Teshi.
Oh, Teshi is a hotspot.
You heard something about Teshi?
A friend of mine, he lost his phone twice.
Wow.
Through Teshi and one funny thing is that the day he called me that he has lost his phone, he didn't even mention the area. He said, was if Charlie, they've stolen my phone? And then the first word that came from me is that, is it Teshi? And he said, how did you know? And I said, a rider I picked. Honestly, I didn't know that Teshi was hotspot. I picked the rider about a year and a half ago to that area, a pregnant woman. Okay. And then this is close to behind there's a private medical university. Okay. Around opposite the Kofi Annan area. So I picked the lady down there, and then she told me that, please, when you are returning, if someone stops, you don't stop, and roll your glass up and lock your car. Even in the afternoon, they can still stop you and attack you and pick
In
your
the
phone.
afternoon?
Yes, tertiary area. Just ask any, especially Uber drivers. And sometimes it was recently that I even deleted my phone because in the night whilst working, they will order you within that same area. And once I was about calling, like, yes, I called you, and then true caller came as tertiary thief.
Hey!
Then I realized that either an Uber driver or one of the online drivers have saved the name already because probably I had an encounter with him. He saved as tertiary thief. So I decided not to go again, and I was trying to engage the guy on phone.
Yeah.
So we spoke and he said, "Oh boss, I'm going to Osu police station."
Okay.
Then the next thing that I said, "Oh, you're a thief." And then he just hung up.
So Truecaller gave the
Yes.
identity out.
Yes.
Wow.
So what actually helped, that's why you realized before I came to pick you, I called.
Yeah.
Normally, I believe that Truecaller, if you've had an experience with someone, and which is bad,
Yeah.
someone will save your name.
Okay.
Just like what I had as actually as tertiary thief.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before calling, I know I'm speaking to a thief.
A thief. Wow.
I'm sure if I hear if there's someone vanished from my car, I'll also leave the car. Hey, because you see, you always imagine the person, like you always imagine it once you sit in your car.
Okay.
And you encountered similar thing. No, me, I can't survive.
Your brain will play it back.
Even in the afternoon now, especially whilst driving on a very quiet area, that thought and that scenario, you can actually visualize it, and which I feel that no,
It's
it's a very bad load. Maybe that will be my end to an online driving.
Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
How is married?
Married.
Yeah.
With this job.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say I'm in my 10th year of marriage.
10 years.
10 years, yes.
How was it?
It's been fun, interesting, down and up. But then one thing I've realized about marriage, probably my face may look young, but then is that it's more like a wine.
Okay.
The older it gets, the sweeter it becomes. Yes. Because then you've been able to understand yourself much better.
Okay.
You know your weakness. You know how to manage issues more better as compared to your first 2 years of marriage. Because while single and you are coming to me, I'll make sure I clean my house, my room, everything is clean. But once you are married, there are certain things probably I don't like doing. You also don't like doing. Okay. And then it will create misunderstanding. Oh, why is this not done? Then if we may not know how to relate to ourselves much better. But then I felt over the years, every day is a happy day because we know how to treat ourselves much better and then live happily.
During your first year of marriage, what was some of the things that your woman did that you felt like, I mean, this is so shocking?
She doesn't like washing the bathroom. And me too, I don't like dirty bathroom, but then I also don't want to do it.
Okay.
So it means that someone has to compromise.
Okay.
She's like, okay, and then washing as well. Okay. So eventually we need to buy a washing machine to do that. So we have to find a way around it. Okay. Just to, in order to keep going. Yes, let me, because I realize that you just have to, someone has to compromise in order to keep within marriage. Yes. Okay. And it's been lovely.
Is that the number one key? Because the compromise, it means that in other way, one has to always play the full part.
Is it sacrifice? Is it the word fool? Probably, I think sacrifice.
Sacrifice is better than a fool means maybe an insult.
Yes. But I think someone has to sacrifice something. And once you understand yourself that sometimes it's not in your best interest, but just to keep the things going is better.
But why doesn't she like washing bathroom?
I think probably, you see, everybody in the family that probably she have a lot of sisters. Okay. So, and she's the last born. So people did it for her. And then they realized that, okay, it's my turn to do it every time. Okay. It's challenging. So once you find a way around it, then you are fine. Okay. Yes.
So those were some of the things you didn't realize before you married.
No, because you go there and then her room is clean. She also comes to me and then also my room is also clean.
Okay.
Yes. So, but once you are always together, then you find out that you actually have weak point, and then you realize that you actually have a weak point. You also have a weak point. So,
Okay.
how do you let the weak point become your strength,
Mhm.
and how do you let her weak point also become her strength? It's just to understand her and just work to way around it to help her develop her weakness, and then you also she will also help you to develop your weakness. And over the years, trust me,
Mm.
it will be fine like a wine, like an old wine.
Like
Like
an old one.
every day will be sweet for you.
But who is washing the washroom now?
I do it.
You do it yourself.
Yes, and I go to market because I realize that she doesn't know how to bargain at the market.
So you go to the market.
Yes.
Aren't you ashamed or shy?
You see, come on, I grew up in Adraka, and once young, our parents will always send us to Katamanto. So me, I've always been a market person. So no, I'm not shy. I go to the market all the time, and most of the women they know me. Hey, boss, you can't cheat me when I'm bargaining.
So your wife cannot bargain well in the market. And you have
Yes,
taken the mantle.
yes, because I have to do that, and then she will do the cooking. I bring it because she will have to cook throughout for the week.
Okay.
Yes, so Saturday
Mhm.
early in the morning, like today, I have to go to the market.
Mhm.
Like today is then you get her some few things.
Mhm.
She gets starts.
Mhm.
She also has to start preparing the
Mhm.
things for the week, and
Okay.
then yes, she actually loves cooking,
Okay.
but then she also has a weak point. I also have my weak point, but then once I know if she goes there and she see 10 CD, oh J,
Mm.
and that kind of lifestyle, I realize that it's not helpful.
Why is
But
she from a rich family?
uh, you see, just like I said from the beginning that she has siblings, which are all sisters, and they're all older than her.
Okay.
So I think that's one thing probably I'm also trying to avoid that
Okay.
no matter the number of kids you have,
Mhm.
you need to involve all of them
Okay.
so that you don't create deficiency in some of the kids.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that was the issue she had because, everything your elderly sisters will have to do it.
Oh.
Then you end up growing,
Mhm.
and then things that probably should be normal seems unnormal to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So it wasn't that maybe she was lazy, but it's because people were doing it for
For
her.
her, yes,
So
because she
she.
has the luxury that, okay,
Okay.
always there are people around to do it for you.
Okay.
Well, I think where we try to take offense, even sometimes if probably this should be probably an issue that one should just laugh over it.
Mhm.
One will just take an offense. It's something probably I realized that the first 2 years was challenging
Mhm.
because, this is something light. I
Okay.
should laugh over it.
Mhm.
Then I take offense. Then I put it in me. Okay, then I want to react, give also a cheeky answer when I have the right time.
Okay.
But then as days and weeks and months pass that way, I realized that no, that is not the right way to go.
Oh.
Sometimes you should see the humor in some of the things that probably your partner will say to you,
Okay.
and it will keep the relationship going.
Going.
Yes.
But to you, is it advisable for your wife or your partner, relationship or marriage, to be your best friend? Is it possible? Can that be done? Because a lot of people have issues keeping their partners as their best friends. Because if you tell them the secrets that you have, they will use it against you. That's what a lot of people think.
I think differently because I feel once your wife is your best friend,
Mm-hmm.
you don't hide anything. Like me, all my friends are my wife's friends, and all my wife's friends are my friend. And aside work and aside her work,
Mm-hmm.
she will not go out without me, and also don't go out without her. So I will not leave her and go and sit down with boys, or probably are going to the beach with boys. No, those things doesn't happen.
Okay.
Yes. So if we are going, we are all going. If one is not going, I'm also not going.
Okay.
That has been our lifestyle.
Oh.
Yes. So we are always either both or none,
Mm-hmm.
no matter the circumstance. So I feel that my phone, I don't use password.
Okay.
My ATMs, she knows my PIN. She knows my mobile money PIN.
Hey.
And yes, and I also I know she doesn't also use a password on her phone. I can pick her calls, she can pick my calls. Oh, probably I'm busy, probably speak to someone that, Patrick is busy or something. And she will never come and ask me that, oh, who called you? Because she knows all my friends. Yes, that is. And normally you work, you like, I think 3 years ago, I picked a rider, a foreign national from, what do you call it? Boom. Someone ordered for her. I think she went to do hookup and then the boy ordered for her back to Sprinters. And then when we got there, she was like, oh, I don't have money. The person who will have to give me the money to is not around. And honestly, that day, Charlie, my fuel was red. So I was, wow, Charlie, that you have to take my money. I was insisting, and then the girl said, Charlie, then you have to sleep with me. I was like, Charlie, I got so angry. I didn't do anything to go and buy Uber, so I should sleep with you. So eventually I have to leave her because she doesn't have the money. I took her back, said, Charlie, there was nothing in it. But then I got home late, my wife was asleep. We woke up in the morning, we had our morning prayers. Then the first conversation that has to come up is my experience with the lady. And then we all started laughing about it. So my wife knows my things I go through. I also know things that she goes through. We don't hide things from ourselves. And that makes it.
Then you would you say you found your real soulmate? Because from what you're saying, there's an understanding and bonding, which a lot of relationships and marriages lacks these days from things that we hear.
I think it all starts from when you are dating. That if you're able to build a solid trust, your wife shouldn't be calling you, oh, where are you? Because your wife should know where you are at every point in time. Once that trust and that openness is there. At this moment, my wife knows I'm at work. And I know her timetable as well. That she's at work at this time. Oh, she's on her way home, or she's at home, or she's at church, probably in the evening or something doing. So we know. Well, so it's basically have to build
be on trust.
Yes, you build a trust right from your relationship, right from dating. So, and once you don't have that trust during dating, trust me, when it gets to marriage, there will still be trust issues.
Let me give you an example. Let's say you meet a lady who used to be a hookup girl.
Yeah.
Okay, she used to be a prostitute, or whatever we call her. Whatever we call our sisters. And then probably she has changed a bit. And then you meet her, lovely girl, you like what she's doing, everything. I mean, you just like her. So, you know, sometimes men, when we like women, we proceed into marriage. So you marry her. And then she tells you her past that I used to be a prostitute. I used to be a hookup girl. Before you got married to her, she confessed to you. Will you go ahead and marry her? Since she's your best friend, there's trust now. She has stopped the prostitution. She has stopped it. But she has opened up to you. Won't you use her past against her?
Yes, you see, that will actually be difficult for me to even proceed on the marriage. Then it will create some doubt in my mind. No matter how trust, like you say, oh, I say hookup girl. I think it will be very difficult. Because I've not gone through that, but then I feel it will be difficult for me. I just don't know which explanation.
So will you go ahead and marry her?
I'm not sure.
Honestly. So you see that it goes back to certain things that partners cannot tell each other. Because if she hide it from you, you go ahead and marry her.
Precisely.
Until she tells you.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
So sometimes is it good or bad to have that kind of transparency in a relationship? Or do you have to keep certain things away from your partner? Because you know at the back of your mind, if my partner hears this, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, so if that's her past, it's better she doesn't tell me. And also don't repeat that whilst we are dating. But then if it's not her past, then it becomes an issue. Yes. So, and then once we get together, we shouldn't do anything that probably, we do something and then if my wife hears, it becomes a disaster. Means that I need to move away. So sometimes you meet ladies and then, you exchange numbers based on, no, I have a family, like you come and pick me here. And then there's this, I realize that the conversation or our relationship was moving from the regular driver and rider relationship. It was drawing more on a personal note. The most wise decision I have to take is to avoid picking her calls. And then I told my wife about it that no. Sometimes, some odd times she will have to send me a message. I have to tell her first before one day, like she will just pick your phone and will see some strange messages at certain points in time. Yeah. So fraud boys.
Because the area you grew up to,
Advocate. Oh yes,
yeah.
they had a lot of fraud boys
Yes,
there. Well, I know few of them back then.
Okay.
Will buy luxury cars, and in no time, I think one packed this. Then that was Infinity was on. Then parked Infinity just in front of full timers, and then put his head on the dashboard. That was it.
Oh.
Nobody knows what killed him. But then it happened to about 2 or 3 other guys in a similar fashion. Because most of them were not, we grew up together playing football, but then once they got into fraud, some of us, they were not our friends any longer because they have to create their own circle of friends that they feel comfortable with. So you have few guys who within no time after quitting, some even quit SS, some also managed to graduate from senior high school. And then few bought luxury cars. But then they didn't even enjoy even up to 5 years.
Why?
Nobody knows. Probably they did money rituals and it was like a fraud thing. They added Yahoo to it. So you think probably it's the internet that is making them money. But it's likely that it was money rituals because most of them died within 3 to 5 years.
Most of your friends?
Yes, most of them, the guys grew up, especially those who grew up in Adwaka who watch this video will even get to know the person who died with it. Just opposite the old timers, parked this vehicle, put his head on the dashboard. It was a big news then in old timers in Adwaka area.
Wow. So that was probably so it was a huge thing, and it was probably linked to money rituals.
Yes, people were connecting it to money rituals than it being like a natural cause of death or something.
And you said 2 other guys too.
Yeah, two other guys also died in the same way, similar fashion. They all died in their cars. Who moved their car from one point to the other, park their car, and then they are gone in their car.
Wow.
And all of them were good cars then.
Wow. And you said they couldn't last for more than 5 years?
No, none of them along those periods. So that's why most people linked it to money rituals as compared to it being like
natural death.
Yes, and
or
then
fraud.
also fraud related, like through fraud that they acquired their money. No.
But one thing that I ask people all the time is that aside from poverty, what else pushes the youth to go into fraud?
Aside poverty.
Yeah, you grew up with some of them. I'm sure poverty will be the number one cause, right?
Some of them were not they were not, some were richer than my family, but they still went into fraud. So
really?
yes.
So what caused it?
So one, probably peer pressure is also a factor where you see that some of your friends probably you are growing up with are able to acquire probably cars and then buy good phones. So then you also, what are you doing that you have that money or you're able to acquire it? So peer pressure plays a major role in it as compared to and probably your parents' strictness also will help a lot. Because in the environment that I grew up with, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't do all those things because I know that I don't do things that I didn't see my parents doing. So if they don't drink, they don't smoke, why do we also have to do that? And every time they want to say such things to you that no, you are not supposed to do this, it will not help you, A, B, and C. So I said, and those things never enticed me to go into it into like fraud, drinking, smoking. No. Those things will never push me to say, okay, alcohol taste it. No matter what. I'd rather go and buy Fanta.
You rather drink Fanta. Wow, wow. But I mean,
So I don't see the poverty as a major cause, probably to play a role in it.
okay.
But then I think peer pressure and then lack of proper parental care.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. These two, according to like you see it to be these two that lead a
Yes.
lot of youth into
Yes,
this fraud.
because my parents didn't have money as compared to some of the guys who went into fraud around those times. But then I was never enticed
To go into
to
it.
go into it.
I get your point. I get your Okay, guys, I mean, this has been another episode of Ride and Chats. My name is Dr. Sam, the program. Always, thank you very much. Please, wherever you are, if you have a story, reach out to me. Instagram, Ride and Chat, or TikTok, YouTube. Let's have conversation around whatever my boss has discussed from his scary night, mysterious encounters, and then also the money ritual encounters that he experienced growing up. God bless you for watching. Until we meet again in the next episode. It is bye bye from myself and my boss. Bye bye.
Bye bye.